Hi, this is Derek, and what I would like to do today is discuss the circulating supply of Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. You'll have to forgive the roughness of this video as I decided to just jump on, testing out a new microphone, no video editing. This is pretty crude, though it will have to suffice. I'm only testing out the possibility of doing some broadcasts or video related content. I thought this would be a nice one to jump on in a really dry, unrehearsed, unedited run. So, with no further ado, there was a thread that came up involving JML and several members of our forum. It was a hotly contested one with regard to Ethereum and its circulating supply. Later, Ethereum Classic was brought into the discussion, so what I would like to do is first start with Ethereum Classic. Now, at block 5 million, or on December 12th, which has already passed us by, the block reward was dropped from 5 to 4, and the downward trend with that will continue until the block reward is 0. And the result of that is that Ethereum Classic will be capped at 210 to 230 million Ethereum Classic tokens. And that basically did put a hard cap on Ethereum Classic. Now, it is a lot more murky when we're talking about Ethereum. Ethereum in 2014 started with a 60 million Ether token supply. 20% of that was locked up for a developmental fund. The rest of it was distributed. Now, is the Ether supply infinite? According to Ethereum.org, no. According to the terms agreed by all parties on 2014's pre-sale, issuance of Ether is capped at 18 million Ether a year. This number equals 25% of the initial supply, which was 60 million. This means that while absolute issuance is fixed, the relative inflation is decreased every year. In theory, if issuance was kept indefinitely, then at some point, the rate of new tokens created every year would reach the average amount lost annually. By miscue, accidental key loss, death of holders, that was pretty morbid, and there would be an equilibrium reached. But the rate is not expected to be kept. Sometime in 2018 or 2019, Ethereum will be switched from proof of work to a new consensus algorithm that's under development. And so this Casper update that you're hearing a lot about, that's what this is all about. And that is expected to be more efficient and require less mining subsidy. The exact method of issuance, which functions, it serves in an area of active research, but what can be guaranteed is, one, the current maximum is considered a ceiling, and the new issuance under Casper will not exceed it. Two, whatever method is ultimately picked, it will be a decentralized smart contract that will not give preferential treatment to any particular group. So, were they saying that they know exactly how they want to go about dealing with their supply? They're saying not exactly. That's being decided in the Casper update. The thing that Buterin has said on numerous occasions, and this is a Cointelegraph article, is proof of stake. Now, the current supply of Ether, around 93 million, has Buterin's pointed out that the total supply probably will never surpass 100 million based on the models that they have now. If they switch to proof of stake, there will be a significant drop in daily issuance rate. So that means there will be less of it created, and the supply is probably not going to expand well above 100 million. And if they go proof of stake, it's likely that that's going to slow down a lot more. So the answer with Ethereum is there's kind of an imaginary cap there that's around 100 million. As Buterin has said, it looks as if they are taking steps to slow down the creation and issuance of new coins. So my answer to this is I don't expect to see Ethereum above 100 million in a circulating supply anytime soon. I expect for that to go backwards. So while the cap is not truly a hard cap, I still don't expect the supply to expand. I think that it will either slow down or start to contract based on what I'm reading. So that is, in a nutshell, my thoughts on the matter. I hope that provided some form of an answer. And again, this was just a test on broadcasting. It was done really rough. Like, I've just plugged this microphone in for the first time, so I'm not really sure how this is going to sound or look. I'm just whipping it out and tossing it up there, and I did not mean for whipping it out to sound the way it sounded. Anyways, thank you.